Rod, you have been in the industry for a long time. You started your business in the 70s. How was it in the early days?
Well, it's been a tremendous adventure, actually, because the first call center recorded was in fact 1972. And I started my business in 1971. So I've been able to be part of this journey, the development. How was it in the early days? Very frustrating. On the one hand, at a strategic level, direct marketing, promotions, customer service, we had a fairly sophisticated level of understanding of what we wanted to achieve. However, technology was dragging behind by many, many years. In the early days, in the 70s and 80s, all we had was mainframe technology. And it was only into the 80s and 90s that we started getting more sophisticated technologies available to us. So I would say the first 20 years was extremely frustrating from a point of view that we knew what we wanted to achieve in terms of customer service, but we didn't have the technology to deliver on it.
There is this negative perception about the industry. Why is that?
I think the reason call centers have evolved throughout the world to have a bad name is that organizations have tended not to invest in the people in call centers. They've put the emphasis on the technology and then treated call center agents more as a disposable, if you like. And as a consequence, customers are not getting good service from call centers. As a general rule, there are exceptions. And I think as a consequence of that, the perception of the public is that call centers are a waste of time, don't give the quality service that they would expect, endless on-hold calls, etc. And there are no excuses for that. I think the industry has evolved. 40 years later, we've got the sophistication of the technology. We know how to do things correctly. We know how to select people. We know how to train them. We know how to motivate them. But it's not being done at the level that it should, in my opinion.
You know, the dinosaurs, they died eventually to make space for new species. How do you see that in the contact center? Do the dinosaurs need to die first to get these new technologies?
The legacy systems that have evolved, particularly in the large corporate environments, I mean, we have multi-million investments into those systems. So I think, yes, those dinosaurs will need to reach the end of their useful life, shall we say. Concurrently, the new technologies coming through, the new business models, the consumption-based business models for call center technologies, is evolving very fast now. So I think there's going to be an overlap period that we're in at the moment, where the legacy systems are dying out, reaching end of life, and that's making way now for the new systems, for true omni-channel, true consumption-based models. And I'm very excited about where we are in the industry right now.
If we look at the future, what kind of features do you think we will have? How far can we go in this thinking?
Going forward, I think a fundamental for any organization looking at customer experience is an omni-channel platform. Customers are demanding to talk to organizations, their providers, across a multitude of channels: telephone, text messaging, not too distant future, I'm sure it'll be video as well. And there are very few organizations that are geared up to handle that. At the moment, I would say predominantly single channel at multi-channel at best. So that is going to evolve to the point where omni-channel will be a must. Secondly, the business model has to change rapidly. We're into a world of services on demand, pay for services, and so the consumption-based model for contact center technologies, doing away with the old-fashioned licensing and contracts, etc., will give way to the new model very, very soon, I think.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the interview.
Great pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Thank you.